what needs a tune-up. Now, I have in front of me, for those of you watching on YouTube, I just scraped it on the table here. And this has been in my possession for a long time. It's a small 3-legged stool. And this became the foundation of one of our most successful training programs ever, called Peak Producers. And it was really a great business building curriculum. And it's really about the business of the 3-legged stool, which is the CEO, the COO, and the CFO, right? And it's sales and marketing, financial management, and then really the customer service piece, right? The 3 legs of the stool. And so there's 3 hats that you wear when you own a business. You have the CEO hat. And the CEO hat, as you look at the tune-up for your business, it's okay. Rate your sales, right? So you're the CEO. Your primary responsibility is for the economic scorecard of the business. And so rate your sales, your business's sales, on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being optimal performance. What number would you give yourself? Just pick it 1 to 10. Marketing. Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in regards to the marketing that the market needs, right? Scale of 1 to 10. And just take a look at that. And again, as you're just trying to take stock of the situation. When you go to set your goals, and we've got a great launch year episode we're building out for you right now. And when you do that launch the year, you're going to be setting some goals. And one of the things is if you're a 5 on your sales, maybe you could get to 7. Now, often I'll say, can you go from 5 to 6? But I think on the CEO side, you might want to go to 7, especially if the market's in a downturn, if there's inflation on the rise. Growth is the key. You got to outgrow inflation. So as you go through that as the CEO next year, my encouragement to you is to outgrow your sales. And one of the ways to outgrow your sales then is to also improve your marketing. So look at those numbers. The COO, this is the operations of your business. Rate your customer service on a scale of 1 to 10. Maybe ask some of your customers to rate your service on a scale of 1 to 10. Be interesting to hear what they have to say. And then your systems and operations on a scale of 1 to 10. And one of the ways you do that is you ask the staff and the support staff and the people you work with, or your vendors and suppliers, about the systems that you have. One of the things we've done in the last quarter is to get feedback from all the different departments at our company. I think we have 14 different departments, and we've gone in there and had discussions and asked them to rate themselves and what do they see that's working well, the magic meeting, what needs improvement, and what their ideas are. And so what that's really been able to help is to give us a good strategic view of the overall organization and what the people inside the organization think of what's working well, what's not, and then where we need to improve. So great, take stock of that, prioritize the solutions, and then that sets us up then again for coming out the blocks next year. And then financial management, the CFO hat. And again, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. And that's your profit and loss statement, coupled with your balance sheet, right? Liabilities and assets. And then your cash flow. I mean, those are really the 3 things as a small business person. Those are key. I had a conversation just yesterday. Really sharp cookie. Good, solid business person. Was asking me for advice on making a decision. Knew their profit and loss. Didn't really know where they stood with their balance sheet. Not uncommon. But also didn't really have a great grasp on their cash flow. And they were asking me to make a decision, help them make a decision that was significantly going to impact their cash flow. And so I go, well, you're not in position to make this decision. Like you need to, like, but they need to know. I said, well, they need to know. Just say no. Now, he was shell-shocked when I said that. I said, you're not in a position to say yes, but it's an opportunity. Okay, what if it's an opportunity to bankrupt you? You don't know your how much cash on hand. You don't know what your forecasted cash is, and you're going into a year where there's headwinds. You're going into the year when the savings rate's going to go down. You're going into a year that might have the market dipping down, which means you have to outperform the market. You don't know your own scoreboard. You don't know if you're about to go across Death Valley, which requires 150 miles of gas in your tank, and you've got 50 miles. That's why they call it Death Valley. You're about to die in the desert because you ran out of gas. So I know this stuff sounds so basic, and this person, by the way, is the kind of person who would be able to give that advice to somebody else. It's just sometimes hard, right? My dad came home at night. He didn't want to paint our house. You've heard the old phrase, the cobbler's kids have no shoes. When you're working in your business all day long, last thing you want to do sometimes is come down and work on it some more. And some of you are listening to this podcast go, man, I'd like some nice, happy ending year-end message. And I go, yeah, I know, but like, we're a business coaching company. This is a great time of year to reflect. What was your year-end profit and loss statement? What was your year-end balance sheet? Assets, liabilities. And then lastly, where are you with cash? How much cash do you have completely on hand? How much cash receivables do you have? And what's your cash flow situation? Is your business cash flowing every month, or is it cash negative? And it's okay if it's cash negative. It just means you got to have the money in the bank, or you're going to cut your expenses to meet that, or you're going to grow your sales to exceed that. But that's what allows you to make decisions, just like Clint was talking about.